The world that we live in is discriminatory. The vested interests have kept a large majority of population to exploit them in all ways possible. This they have done based on color of the skin or the economic condition. However, the situation in our country is totally different. You can take 100 random people from India and try to segregate them based on color or any other apparent features. You won't be able to do so. Even then, we have the world's most powerful segregation program that receives its direct sanction from the Holy Scriptures and text. The caste system is such an impregnable fortress that it had taken ages and scores of great men to break the inhuman shackles. The year 1920 witnessed a paradigm shift in the social and political construct of this country. Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj formed the emancipator of the untouchables and the downtrodden. The king himself was a great social reformer in the mold of the Phule couple and Saint Kabir. He anointed Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar as the Messiah of the utterly unfortunate folk. The Mangoan Parishad of 1920 was the turning point in the lives of millions of untouchables. The conference directly impacted the Mangoan village residents. The clarion call of Dr. Ambedkar to gain education as a means of emancipation touched the chord of many. One of them was Abaji Gawali and Akkubai Gawali. They became the foot soldiers of the social movement started by Shahuji and Babasaheb. Abaji and Akkubai were a couple who were literally leaders without titles. They were convinced of measures suggested by Dr. Ambedkar and resolved to implement them in their personal as well as social life by imparting education to their own children, even though it was beyond their means. They battled poverty, ridicule from their immediate neighborhood and relatives, and lack of educational infrastructure in the village. Abaji was an enterprising individual and Akkubai was a lady with foresight and vision. He ventured out to earn a decent livelihood for his family, and she made do with whatever he brought in her house. He did all the odd jobs to keep the hearth burning. The village money banks were not at all appreciative of the independent streak developing in the lower rung of their society. They tried to crush them down by denying respectable labor. They even ostracized them, had socially boycotted all those who wanted to chart their own destiny based on honor and respect. Abaji had to withstand this ignominy doubly more because of his leadership of his community. He separated them to open a shop, a cooperative bank, grain bank, library, and many other things. He collected Babasaheb's literature from wherever he could and attended all his meetings. When the tallest leader came nearby to his village, he took along his community as well. Akkubai, meanwhile, did not let up on her efforts to educate her children. Education was her lifelong mission. The efforts of Abaji and Akkubai bore fruits. Their eldest son, Babasaheb, started helping them out. He did odd jobs in the village, attended school, and took care of his younger siblings. Education helped him get white-collar jobs that were the sole prerogative of the higher caste then. The monthly salary he received was used up for household expenses and education of his younger brothers. He remained the backbone of the Gawali family. Tukaram, the second son, followed in the footsteps of his elder brother. Both of them worked in tandem to bring out their family from the clutches of poverty and ignominy. He threw in his lot with Vivekananda Shikshan Sanstha and helped it expand exponentially throughout Maharashtra. Pradyamant Gautam, was the naughtiest and is the most unconventional. He served his community by launching a plethora of movements to better the lot of his people. He has been a name to reckon with in the Dalit movement and has provided the leadership and intellectual conviction to launch the Dalit Panther Revolution. Baby, the only surviving daughter of Abaji and Akkubai, was married to Shamrao Kamble of Mumbai. History has not been kind to the untouchables. Perhaps it was this desire to know and understand why history has been unkind to us that Papa ventured deep into it. He has been a prolific writer and speaker, molding and educating thousands of students and readers. Publishing had been a domain of only a few individuals, and Dilip stormed into this world with a bang. His publications have notched quite a few milestones, earned literary prizes, and brought the Dalit literature in the mainstream. Dr. Ambedkar has influenced generations. He has brought positive changes, not only in the untouchables, but also the touchables. He has changed the mindset of the entire nation. The hierarchical social order that was received by this nation is slowly crumbling down, thanks to the enlightened teachings of seers and savants, and also because of the efforts put in by leaders without titles like Abaji and Akkubai Gawali. They have done yeoman service to pull out their community from the abyss of ignorance, poverty, illiteracy, and superstition. The Dalit movement is at crossroads now. It has to change its stance. The problems and issues have changed. The demographics have also changed. We have changed. Our children have changed. The inhumanity of untouchability has blurred now. It is now non-existent in cities. But the rural scenario has not changed much. The economic environment has changed. Internet has brought the world closer. The problems and issues faced by the erstwhile untouchables are totally different today. How do they cope with it? Are they even aware of their place in history? Can they create history? Their ultimate hero is Dr. Ambedkar. But do they really know him? Akkubai and Abaji have given them heroes that are worth following. The grit and determination can be learned from Babasaheb and Tukaram. The ethics and an intent to change the world through social movement, literature, dissemination, and publication can be ingrained from Prajnavan, Papa, and Dilip. They are example of how legends think. This family persevered and found ways to influence the world. The Abaji and Akkubai Gawali Pratishthan aims to do just that, and the baton has now been passed to the next generation. The saga continues.